Hi everyone, my name is Vanity Gaither and I am from Troop 300. Today we are going to talk about food deserts. This connects to my Girl Scout So What journey, tackling food deserts. This video is where I explore food, where it comes from, and how it impacts our community. Now the question is, what is a food desert? A food desert isn't about sand or heat, it's about lack of fresh food in a certain community. In a food desert, it's easier to find chips and soda rather than an apple or a carrot. Imagine needing to travel across town just to buy healthy groceries. Food deserts happen for several reasons. Grocery chains may avoid low-income areas, public transportation isn't always available, and fresh produce is often more expensive than fast food. That leaves families stuck with unhealthy choices. Food deserts affect millions of people, especially families who are poor and without reliable transportation, college or any grade level starting at kindergarten students who depend on school meals, and seniors who can't travel far. In the U.S., about 19 million people live in food deserts. This matters because food deserts lead to poor nutrition and serious health problems. People in food deserts often face higher risk of obesity and chronic diseases. Access to healthy food isn't just for the rich and who can easily have access to it. Healthy food should be for everyone, no matter your social status nor age. Where does our food come from? When we think about food, it's easy to only picture what's on our plate. But the journey of food is long and full of steps. It begins on farms and gardens, where farmers grow crops and raise animals, or local families may grow food in their backyards and community gardens. The choice is made here: what to plant, how to grow it, and whether pesticides or organic methods are used. All of this affects the quality of food and the health of the environment. After harvesting, much of our food goes through processing and packaging. Fresh fruits and vegetables might be washed and shipped quickly, but other foods are processed into items like cereal, snacks, or frozen meals. These steps can make food last longer, but they also sometimes add sugar, salt, and preservatives. Next, food enters the transportation system. Trucks, ships, and airplanes move food from farms to factories to grocery stores. Some foods travel thousands of miles before reaching us, adding to pollution and increasing costs. At the same time, locally grown foods has a shorter journey and can be fresher and more sustainable. Finally, food arrives in stores, markets, and our kitchens. What's available in a community depends on where people live. Some neighborhoods have full grocery stores with fresh produce, while others, known as food deserts, may only have convenience stores or fast foods, which limit healthy choices. By discovering this chain, we can see that food is not just about eating, it's about farming, science, transportation, business, and fairness. Each step in the journey affects our health, our communities, and the planet. Food and our health. Food is more than just fuel, it's the foundation of our health. When we eat fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and proteins, our bodies get the nutrients they need to go strong, stay energized, and fight off sickness. But not all food is equal. Processed foods are high in sugar, fat, and salt, like chips, soda, and fast food. They can cause health problems over time, and eating too much of these foods can increase the risk of obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. For many families living in food deserts, these processed foods may be the only affordable or available options. Without access to a grocery store that sells fresh fruits and vegetables, it is harder to make healthy choices. This is why tackling food deserts is not just about food, it's about improving community health and giving every person a chance to thrive. Food environment and community. Food choices just don't affect our bodies, they also affect the environment and our communities. Farming practices have a big impact. Sustainable farming keeps soil healthy, conserves water, and protects air quality. But industrial farming can overuse chemicals, pollute rivers, and harm ecosystems. Transportation is another factor. When food travels thousands of miles from farm to plate, it adds to the carbon footprint through the fuel used and pollution. Buying local grown foods often reduces this impact and supports nearby farmers. Food waste is a hidden challenge. In the US, nearly 30 to 40% of food is wasted each year, often ending up in landfills where it produces methane, a powerful greenhouse gas. Reducing waste through better planning, composting, or sharing with food banks can help. Finally, communities thrive when everyone has access to healthy, sustainable food. Food deserts don't just create health problems. They also limit opportunities for economic growth and fairness. A community with fresh, local options is healthier, stronger, and more connected. As part of my Take Action project, I focused on 3 things to learn and create change. First, I compared a supermarket and a bodega. I saw a big difference in price and variety. Supermarkets have more fresh produce at a lower cost, while bodegas have limited options and higher prices. This showed me how where you shop can shape what you eat. I compared 2 different neighborhoods, East Meadow and Roosevelt. Roosevelt has 19,636 residents, 51.5% Black, non-Hispanic, and 41.9% Hispanic. Approximately 35.2% of residents are foreign-born. According to Wikipedia, Roosevelt covers approximately 1.77 square miles of land, leading to a calculated density of about 10,207 people per square mile. Another source, Area Vibes, reports a population density of approximately 9,333 people per square mile, noting that this far exceeds the U.S. national average of approximately 91 people per square mile. Both figures underscore just how densely populated Roosevelt is, far above national average, comparable to many urban neighborhoods. The average income is $35,000 per household, and the median age is 33.5 years old. East Meadow has 35,806 residents, 58.3% white, 17.9% Asian, 16% Hispanic, 4.4% Black, 2.4% multiracial, and 1% Native American/other. 95.6% of residents are U.S. citizens. The average income is $157,000 per household, and the median age is 43.8 years old. East Meadow covers around 6.3 square miles with a population density of 5,996 people per square mile. I visited East Meadow Supermarket, Stu Leonard's, and found a wide variety of foods, especially fresh fruits, vegetables, and whole grain options. Prices per item were often lower compared to Roosevelt's Western Beef Supermarket, where the vegetables and fruits were on the verge of rotting, and the meats and canned goods were close to their expiration dates. East Meadow did not have any corner store bodegas, where Roosevelt has 27 bodegas in less than 1 square mile stretch. At the bodega, choices were much more limited. Fresh produce was either missing or in very small quantities, while there were lots of processed foods like chips, candy, and soda. Basic items like milk, bread, and eggs were usually more expensive than at the supermarket. This comparison shows how food deserts happen even within the same county. Families that rely on corner stores may spend more money and still not get the healthy options they need. That makes it harder to eat nutritious meals and stay healthy. One of the most powerful parts of my So What journey is learning that our voices matter. We are not just learning about food deserts, we are becoming leaders who can help make a difference. Speaking up for change means sharing what I've discovered with people who have power to help. This includes local leaders like our mayor, town council, school board, and community organizations. I wrote to Dorothy Gooseby, Thomas Muscarella, Melissa Miller, Laura Ryder, Chris Carney, and Dennis Dunn. In my letters, I explained what a food desert is, how it affects health, and what I saw in my community. Then, I asked for support, like creating more community gardens, bringing mobile markets to neighborhoods, or encouraging local stores to sell affordable fruits and vegetables. Speaking up for change shows that Girl Scouts are not only problem solvers, but also advocates. When we raise our voices together, we can inspire others to listen, take action, and help us build stronger, healthier communities. My final take action step, growing knowledge. As a part of the So What journey, I visited Roosevelt's community garden to learn more about how gardens can make a difference. I discovered that community gardens are more than just places to grow food. They provide fresh, affordable fruits and vegetables, which are especially important for families living in food deserts where grocery stores are limited. Gardens can also help the environment by reducing the distance food has to travel, cutting down pollution, and teaching people about composting and sustainable growing practices. But mostly, they bring people together. Neighbors can work side by side, sharing harvest, and build stronger connections. A garden can become a gathering place where the whole community benefits. I interviewed the garden's founder, Andrea. Here's my interview. We grow change. Tell me about the origin of this community garden and your role in it.
Sure. All right, so Roosevelt Community Garden started in 2015 when we were approached by the county to start a community garden in Roosevelt. The property belongs to the county, and we are a non-for-profit land trust. We focus on land conservation, and we were already doing activities in the community, so it was a good fit for us to work with the county on starting this project. In the garden, I'm the director of the program, so I manage everything from getting the individuals signed up for plots, organizing programs, community engagement activities, getting volunteers into the garden to help clean up, to just producing anything the garden needs.
What inspired the creation of the garden, and how has it evolved over time?
The idea really came, through the request of the county and the Land Alliance. Just love the idea of producing a community garden. We own and manage several properties that focuses on connecting people to nature. This was a great opportunity to connect people to land and to grow food. The project has evolved from just being a community garden where folks grow food. It is now considered, a community garden and an environmental education hub.
What are some of the biggest food access challenges?
Well, like many communities like Roosevelt, I think one of the biggest challenges is having access to fresh, locally grown, organic food. A lot of our food today, it has pesticides and it's traveling. It comes a long way just to get here. Provides us a way to grow, not just at home, but in the community garden. And that's one of the things we love to talk about is to grow food at home. Even if you can't get into the garden, there's so many ways to produce food at home today.
How do you use the garden to address the issue?
Okay, so not having, as I just mentioned, not having access to fresh, locally produced food is a challenge because there's dietary issues that come along with that. And so here in the garden, we don't just grow food, we also provide education around eating healthy. So one of the things we do is we partner with our local library, the Roosevelt Public Library, to offer educational programs such as Dining with Diabetes. So that's a partnership between the library, Cornell Cooperative Extension of Nassau County, and the community garden, where we teach people how to eat right so they can manage diabetes. Throughout the season, we will also talk about some of the herbs that are growing here and how you can use those to make teas to benefit the body.
Is there any particular populations that you serve, like
That's a great question. So Roosevelt Community Garden focuses on everyone. Our youngest gardener was 17 when he started with us, and our the eldest senior, I think she was in her 70s. So we don't limit anyone from participating in this program. If you're of any age, any background, not everyone from the Roosevelt is participating in this program. It's anyone throughout Nassau County. So we welcome people of all ages and all backgrounds and all abilities to participate.
What kind of partnerships do you have with local schools, food pantries, or other organizations?
Partnerships are great. The importance of partnerships, it helps with sustainability of the program. So we've been partnering since we started with the Roosevelt Union School District. We have a lot of gardeners here who are from the school district. We have teachers here. We have educators. We have administrators here from the school district, and we had teachers who come in. We do an annual pollinator project, and she come in the summer and teach them about the importance of pollinators in growing food and in the ecosystem. I also have partnerships with other educational institutions such as Hofstra University. For example, yesterday we had a group of students who are incoming freshmen from Hofstra. They partnered with us to come and do a cleanup and to learn about sustainability in the community garden. I also partnered with Cornell Cooperative Extension of Nassau County, which I mentioned before. The master gardeners from that program, they join us each year to do the educational programs here. So they'll come in and teach the gardeners how to garden. We talk about succession planting. We talk about crop rotation. We talk about watering, pruning, mulching. We also talk about how to plant garlic, which is one of the most interesting things I think a lot of gardeners love to see throughout the season. We've partnered with Harmony Health here to do educational programs in addition to some of the medical interns at Hofstra University. So partnerships are really important because they help us to be sustainable and they help us to grow.
Members get involved with planting, maintaining, or harvesting crops?
Good question. Okay, so in in February, the garden opens to anyone who wants to get involved, and that's the time to sign up for a plot. If you're not interested in signing up for a plot, you'll put your name on the list to say, hey, I'm interested in volunteering or just getting involved with the educational programs. We have people who garden here, but there's folks who also garden at home, but they want to come for free educational programs. During the season, we encourage gardeners to maintain their plots by cleaning up. We provide educational programs. I provide all the tools that they'll need, but they're also welcome to bring their own. I also provide free resources, whether it's the education or the plants that you see planted here are provided to the gardeners to help them with certain things.
Have you seen the garden influence people's behavior when it comes to food?
Absolutely. One of the nice things about the garden is that, just to say, it gives people a chance to get their hands in the dirt and learn how therapeutic gardening is. We've also, like I said, we've also taught people how to eat from the garden. So I've, just working with individuals here, and over time, I've heard about great experiences of people changing their diets. Now that they're here, they've learned certain recipes to incorporate at home. And even if it's not us teaching them, they've worked together to share recipes and to share food with each other. We do an annual potluck where people bring different dishes made from things in the garden. So yes, the garden, we don't just grow food, but we've learned together on how to eat healthy. One of the things is we've had jam made from the strawberries that were here. Miss Ella's famous strawberry patch that was here. This year she did okras, but we've had jam made from that. We had the tomatillos. We had someone else made a preserve from that. What else have we had? We had callaloo, which is a Caribbean favorite, and we've had someone make a dish from that and teach the group how to make callaloo, and we combined it with our favorite rice and peas, of course. So we've had a variety of things that's done with food.
How is leading this initiative change your perspective on food justice or community health?
Sure. The community garden is a great space that provides a connection with people. I live in the community, so I've met a lot of my neighbors through the community garden. We bring people together, not just around growing, but about learning about each other and connecting, and just building community. And that's one of the other importance of community gardens, not just growing food, but we're building the community. We're keeping the community actually beautiful. This was a vacant open lot, and now we're growing food that's given back to the community. We're teaching the community, and we're connecting people.
Well, how can our viewers get in touch with you or find more information about the garden?
Sure. You can learn more about the Roosevelt Community Garden by visiting www.northshorelandalliance.org and look for the Roosevelt Community Garden.
Through this project, I've displayed that healthy food, a healthy planet, and healthy communities all grow from the same soil. I hope my work will inspire others to support and expand community gardens in our area, bring a voice for education and advocacy to the community, and show that even small steps, learning, speaking up, and planting seeds can grow into something bigger. Together, we can create a healthier community where everyone has access to good food.